Hey everyone, welcome to my weekly check-in. I got some stuff to go over with you. It is a chilly day today. We actually are looking at having some really cool temperatures this weekend, and it looks like the week is just prepping for it. So I am bundled up under blankets, hoodies, and sitting under my mini split. But lots of things I want to talk about today. For those of you who did not read my happy book birthday to Nature Calls Spring, Spring did turn 3 on Saturday. Um, but I made an announcement in that post, and for those of you who missed it, I'm really excited to share with you that, as you know, I crowdfund to get my books sent off to my publishing service, Palmetto Publishing, and I actually um, got a backer to back the publishing of Nature Calls Summer. So Spring's sequel was actually sent off to Palmetto on Thursday, and I sent off my reference images and things like that so that I can get an illustrator working on the artwork for the cover. I'm really excited. Cannot wait to hear back. Like I said, just got sent off, so there's still my project manager. I have a new project manager this time. It's not the one I worked with previously, but we were like back to back on that one, so that's why I got lucky. But yeah, I'm really excited to see Summer take off. One of the reasons that I'm really excited about this is that Spring was published in obviously the 17th in January, but the significance behind that is that Nature Calls Spring starts the day back from winter break, so it's January. And Summer starts like right before spring break, and here in the US usually spring break takes place in April, especially for like high schools and things like that. So I'm crossing my fingers. It'd be kind of nice if I could get Autumn to publish in June, because that's when Autumn takes place. So maybe I'll have like a running theme, going on. Could be really fun. I'm really excited. Honestly, Nature Calls was the series my wife and I wanted to publish first. Now, I am grateful for my backer who backed Artemis. Um, but Nature Calls was the series that we really were hoping would be my debut, and it looks like that series is going to get completed before my other things. Now, that does not mean Dodecatheon is not being addressed. As you know, I have been posting my Dodeca shorts here, which are prequels to the original timeline that you're reading in the main books. Um, I am drafting Poseidon of the Dodecatheon. I know where it's going because I believe I've made it quite clear I am a master plotter. It take forever to plan things out and structure them and outlining and all that. But I'm a weird plotter in that when it comes to writing the actual draft, not my outline drafts. Now, if you've ever worked with me before, I actually, my first draft are summaries of chapters or summaries of things that are happening in the book. That I end up like, that's where I end up having to piece things together in the outline to make sense. When I actually go to write the draft, that's more like a second, sometimes even a third draft. It has to be written in order, because when I write things, I let the characters kind of guide my hand. It's one of the reasons why I'm very character driven in my work. So I believe I'm working on the third or the fourth. I think it's the fourth chapter. Yeah, I think it's the fourth chapter of Poseidon. Outline is done. I just am like getting the right vibe because I'm trying not to feel too cringy with it. Um, I've had this scene in my head. This is one of the early scenes from way back when I first was coming up with the outlines when I was 19. Because the main story of that I was really fleshing out, I was 19. I was actually in my first run at college when I was working. the outline for my original World Bible, I guess you could call it, for Dodecatheon. So this scene actually has been there for a while, and now it's just like finally like solidifying now that Dodecatheon has really started taking on more of a solid form, I guess, in my head. But I just the original idea feels really cringy to me, so I'm trying to iron that out. Another thing I wanted to let you guys know about is I do apologize that Phantom of Nibelheim was delayed yesterday. I'm pretty sure everybody knows by now I'm singing in this narration. Now, mind you, it is a cappella because, dear God, I am not there yet. But I am learning how to mix tracks. Like I have my narration track, and each character's singing like is on its own track. Now, it was a little easier the first time because it was mostly the female protagonist singing. There was like one little blip or two from another character, but this one, of course, I'm doing Phantom of the Opera, right? This chapter had the title song. Now, mind you, I do alter some of the lyrics so that it fits the narrative that I'm doing in the story, but oh my god, this was hard. Not only did it take me like an extra 2 days to get the recording in, because I had to practice. I thought I was going to be able to just roll with the punches. Nope, absolutely not. I had to actually practice singing the Phantom of the Opera. Like, I played it from an actual stage play, not the movie, which ironically, when I first wrote Phantom of Nibelheim, I based a lot of my reference material for Phantom of the Opera on the movie that they did. Then, mind you, I'm still in high school, so of course that's my only exposure to it. But now that when I got older, about actually, God, a little under 10 years ago, I revisited it and was like, ooh, I need to update this because now I know, I have the book now and I referenced that, and two, I was now aware of, Love Never Dies, and I actually had listened to, like, basically the live performance of the Phantom of the Opera from beginning to end. I just didn't see the visuals, which was really helpful because then I could just input my stuff. So now that I'm revisiting this time, now that I have, obviously, if you know the Final Fantasy VII, like, microverse, I guess we call it, because, Final Fantasy is a whole franchise. But, their Dirge of the Cerberus really expanded on a character that was really obscure way back when I was originally doing this, and Dirge of the Cerberus hadn't really caught on a lot. Like, it wasn't, I wasn't able to play it or have any reference to it yet when I first wrote this for Mrs. Winchester. Well, before she was Mrs. Winchester. I actually started working on this around her birthday, which was in February, and I finished Act 5 and got it to her by our 1-year anniversary in April. So, yeah, I was giving her the different acts to take home, and she said that she would stay up at night and read the chapters because she was like, oh, this was so good. Because she loves both of these stories, and I liked playing around with the sandbox because that's my deep dive brain when it comes to stories. That's one of the reasons why I crave more complex plot lines when I watch or read or things like that. I love me a nice, simple, like, slice of life or slaps, like, just an absolute absurd story every once in a while. But when I say absurd, I think like Psyche K or Witch Watch or something like that. That's my wildness. Although I think the wilder one was The Daily Lives of High School Boys. That was hysterical. Yeah. For anything else, today, actually, I am going to leave the weekly check-in in its own post, since it seems to be getting more engagement that way, and I'm not really seeing anything here on this video. So we're going to keep this one a bit more clean now, again. But I look forward to the coming week. Go check out the written out weekly check-in for what's coming this week, I guess. Until next time, though, be kind to yourself and others as we all traverse the same path in life, just in different vehicles and different speeds. You take it at your pace. And be kind. Be kind to yourself and others. Like, we need to be sowing more kindness and compassion and empathy right now. And always remember, you reap what you sow. But that also means if you plant goodness and you plant kindness and you plant compassion, it grows. It might not grow immediately, but it grows, and you can reap those fruits. So keep that in mind. If you plant it, it'll come back. And as always, happy reading and listening adventures.